Anyway, the Israeli government has, through their clever means, the Mossad, indicated that there are, in fact, deviations in the human DNA strand. That is, the human DNA genome has been altered irretrievably, and it's irrevocable. In other words, let's say we have advanced primates on planet Earth. Let's pretend. And let's call these advanced primates humans, Homo sapiens. I like the word homo, don't you? Yeah, that's right. And so let's say, you have your normal human genome or DNA. Now the Israelis, because they're incredibly smart, and I like that, have indicated to me to relay to you, John Brennan / DCI, whoever, White House, or the White House, that a fair portion of humans on this planet are now altered genetically through means that are not clear. I mean, whatever the agency was that created this change, I think it began in 2001, according to historical record. And as a consequence, these mutants, we'll call them, I call them hybrids, have the ability to literally do things that are truly akin to science fiction. They have telepathic abilities. They network together constantly, as if like I'm in Tel Aviv, I'm in Borneo, I'm in Manchuria, I'm in Antarctica, I'm in the middle of the fucking Pacific Ocean on a boat. But if I'm a hybrid, I can connect to other hybrids so that all the hybrids know what the other hybrids know. So if I'm standing here next to this golf course, which I am, and a hybrid looks at me, say he's driving by in a car, and sees that I'm here, that there's somebody here that we don't know. They know when there's not a hybrid there. I mean, they're able to detect the absence of the group mind. Then they know, and all of them know. So, I mean, 6 billion hybrids approximately on this planet. Now the 1 billion that aren't hybrids are, for whatever reason, hybrids don't actually become hybrids until they reach sort of adulthood. In other words, human children, are not hybrids. They're not instantly born hybrids. They become hybrids. They become mutations. They become monsters, really, at a time which is not clear. But it basically is at the onset of adulthood. So an adult human on planet Earth today, in this era, is likely to be a hybrid. And as a consequence, they have the ability to communicate telepathically to each other. Distance does not matter. Right. I mean, 1,000 miles, 1,000,000 miles, it doesn't matter. The hybrids can communicate. Anyway. And, sorting through the imagery, I mean, it relies almost exclusively on imagery. Words, they mimic words, they mimic language, verbal language, but it's mimicry. Their real sense of communication is through images. Lots and lots of dots, pixels, you might say. And, I don't know. Scientists in the United States, once they realized, scientists, the ones that weren't affected, realized the contagion was, severe, dangerous. They began to try to unravel the mystery. They set up projects. Anyway. Now, when exactly did the mutations begin? Apparently back during World War II. That's when the first true mutations began. But these were more like spontaneous mutations. In a sense, they were echoes of the future. Like the future, all right, I'm in the future. I'm in the 23rd century. I can do something. There's an event that can occur that flows backward through time to the 21st century. And anyway, so in a sense, almost exactly, September 11th, 2001, the mutations in force began to occur on planet Earth. The echoes that had emanated from events subsequent to September 11th, 2001 were in fact real. That is, they were real mutations, and they were really hybrids. And the hybrids, because they were prior hybrids. That means hybrids that existed before the main force descended on Earth. Had special positions. So, the question is, how many hybrids were on planet Earth during World War II and subsequently, say from 1944 onward? Well, somebody said 200. 200 adults, humans, were hybrids. And of these 200, a few, a very special few, probably 11, were actually selected themselves out as being kind of the overseers, the guides, the pilots. So what they wanted to do is make sure that when this mutational signal was sent to Earth, from whence it came, I have a vague notion, but I don't want to describe it right now. But that signal was not impeded in any way, shape, or form. That it was able to have its full impact, and that full impact materialized on September 11th, 2001. Now, it looked like somebody had thrown a bomb at New York City, but that wasn't true, actually. It was a mutational, chaotic event. That is, hybrids began to literally appear on aircraft. And once they were on the aircraft, they were able to take control of the aircraft because they're telepathic. So, and the fact that hybrids believe that essentially they cannot die. They cannot die. That means they believe they're immortal, and in some sense they are. They had no problem, crashing these aircraft into the World Trade Centers. And so they did. And the thing is, though, once the contagion began to spread, then there was no stopping it, except the United States government and other governments began to, understand what was happening. It took a while. It took a few hours, a few days, a few weeks. And once they realized, they began to implement research programs and countermeasures to combat the problem. The problem was, once a contagion began to spread like a virus, it spread to all of humanity. Anyway, so to summarize, this is Operations Opposite Windfall, and 6 billion humans on this planet are not, strictly speaking, human. They're hybrids. They're mutations. And the research goes on. I would say one last thing. The Israelis are probably the only true resource we have against them.